regular season championship here in this one. And in order to do so, we just have to finish, likely do. I think we're going to have a fast truck in this one, but we will see how it'll go. No pit stops due to racing on dirt.
Alright, be smart out there.
At least unless we get into some sort of an accident or something close to that, which we have to repair damage. But nevertheless, green flag in the air, 150 laps coming your way on a half-mile dirt oval. We can get about 3 laps a minute in here, 3 wide right out of the gate on the start, taking it to the inside of the racetrack. Very wide now track here at Eldora. We just ran the Pocono race, pretty good. The race at Pocono, although we finished 12th, we pretty much salvaged all we could get out of it. And so far, we are off to a good start here. We went caution-free in that Pocono race. First caution-free race I think I've ever had on a NASCAR game. We'll try to see if we can somehow do that 2 weeks in a row. It's going to be a tough one to do that with, though. Already in second place here, Stuart Friesen running the top line of the racetrack. We are running the bottom, but now we have to run the top side. Tyler Ankram's going to get on under us. Really going to have to control the bottom of the track as much as possible here.
You got room, you're clear of that.
Feathering right through the throttle here. Friesen pulling away, at least right now. He is a pretty good dirt track racer and should have a pretty good showing in this one.
That's fast.
Just ran our fastest lap of the race here in the early going. Already 5 laps complete.
Still there?
A little loose out of the 17 truck there on the outside of Tyler Ankram. A very, very good battle going on for second here. We're going to drive it in deep, trying to get alongside of him again. Not going to work. Too much straightaway speed off the top for him. Really tried to throw it in there this time. Got back alongside of him. Stuart Friesen's now caught a lap truck here. So we have lap traffic for the first time here tonight. It's going to be Kyle Benjamin in the 44 truck. Oh, what a move by Ankram to go up the middle and miss the lap truck there.
You're clear all around there.
Battle for second still going on here for about 3 or 4 laps. We've stayed either nose to tail or side by side. Slide job pass now for second. We are back up there as Stuart Friesen. You can see him up ahead just slicing and dicing through this lap traffic. Austin Hill, one of the top point getters on the season. He is struggling here in the 28th position. Look at Friesen just pulling away from us now. We're going to see if we can get through this traffic just as good as he is, if not better, to try and run it back down.
Still there. All right, you're clear there.
Ooh, a little contact there with the 7 truck of Corbin Forrester. Got me a little out of shape on the entry into turn 1. Already 2.5 seconds ahead of Ankram now after we just passed him a couple laps ago. So he cannot get through this lap traffic that well. But Friesen now has about a 1.5 second lead.
You got room, you're clear there.
And already only 19 trucks on the lead lap.
Wow, that's fast.
Friesen qualified on the pole here in this one.
You got room, you're clear there.
It was about 0.3 of a second faster than the second place truck in qualifying. It's crazy fast. especially on a shorter racetrack. Whether it is dirt or not, very impressive.
All clear.
Trying to work to the outside of Natalie Decker right now. And he will clear. Might have to do the same as Decker kind of holding the middle to bottom line. Very loose on the top there. Great save though. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. Running in very deep into turns 3 and 4. Out of the inside of Myatt Snyder.
Still there. Clear all around. All right, you're clear.
We're keeping pace with him though.
You got room. You're clear.
Tires won't wear out here with racing on dirt. Won't have to change any the entire race. Fuel good to go to the end as well. Friesen working right back into thicker lap traffic once again. We're slowly closing in on him. The lead is down to 1.3. We gained a couple tenths of a second over about the last 5 laps. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Friesen now caught in very, very heavy lap traffic. 3 trucks right in front of him. And the lead is under a second for the first time in a while. At the line this time, we're about 0.9 seconds back. Now he has caught the back bumper of Corbin Forrester. It looks like we might have a race here in a couple laps. Maybe even sooner, who knows. Friesen slides high. We're going to close the gap coming out of 4 again. Down to the in-truck cam. So you see how much slipping and sliding goes on here in a dirt race.
Still there. Clear out, bud.
Friesen caught behind a lap truck once again. To the inside, side by side for the lead.
Right,
trying to use the lap truck of Greenfield as a pick. It's going to work, at least for the time being. Friesen going to close right back up into the back bumper as we block the inside going into turns 3 and 4. We know Friesen's got a faster truck. We're just going to have to navigate through the lap traffic better. We have just led our first lap of the race. Friesen down to the inside. What a ballsy move by Stuart Friesen. We try to run him back down again.
Stay high up here. Outside. Top 3, use it if you need it. Car on the outside now. You're all clear up top there.
Really just trying to use the lap trucks as a pick right now. Friesen splits the middle once again. Unbelievable.
Car there on the outside.
Now taking it down to the bottom. Side by side for the lead with Friesen. Into turns 3 and 4. Looking for our second led lap of the race.
Still there.
And the second different time we have led in the race. And we do beat him back to the line. We have about a half-second lead very quickly on him here. He's still struggling, and now very big move to get around Jordan Anderson in the 3 truck. We go to the hood cam for the first time here. You can see the back half of the top 10 now sliding up into the wall. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. We got a little tight off of turn 2. Got back in the gas a little too soon. Bottom definitely the passing lane, but a lot of these trucks have been running the top side of the track. It's the fastest way around if your truck can handle up there, but we are doing just fine on the bottom. Not a lot of room here to get around these lap trucks though. Whatever clean air we might have, we need to use it to our advantage.
outside. You're all clear up top there. Bottom's clear. Car outside, hold your line. Clear high, clear high.
Actually made it out to Eldora for the Dirt Derby this year. It was the first time I had been to Eldora Speedway. Despite it being in my home state, about 2 hours south of where I live. It's a very cool event. Plan on being back there at the Speedway for another event sometime down the road. But right now we are trying to just race as hard as we can and get away from freezing. We have over a 1 second lead now for the first time today.
You got room, you're clear there. All clear.
Only 7 trucks on the lead lap. As you can see, Brett Moffitt will be the next truck to go a lap down here. He's actually going to go a lap down right now as he gets caught behind the 44 of Kyle Benjamin.
You're all clear up top there.
Maybe the longer run will end up helping us out here. I'm not totally sure on that, but we'll see if Friesen gets any sort of open room to run, and maybe he can end up pulling back ahead of us again. Or he's pulling back to us. In the meantime, we're getting a decent amount of laps led, though.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Very close to the wall that time. If we stay green, though, somehow throughout the entirety of this race, it seems like it's going to be a 2-truck race here between me and Stuart Friesen.
You're all clear on the bottom there. Clear high, bud.
Do have kind of a ways to go yet in this one.
All clear.
Although we are about a quarter of the way through this race already. At least in another couple laps. Some contact with the trucks ahead of me right now. Oh, hitting the inside wall, and that's going to slow us down a ton. Drove it way too deep on the entrance of turn 1 there. Kind of got into the wall, and that's going to cost us 2 seconds of time that lap. And Friesen now has closed the lead to about 9 truck lengths. He saw the opportunity and he's ready to feast on it.
All clear. Clear high, bud.
Still has a little bit of work to do, but he is a lot closer to us now than what he was 3 laps ago. Now as we are a quarter of the way through this race, again, no stages on the season. We had no stoppages in the last race at Pocono. We'll see if the same will happen here at Eldora. Very good off of 4 that time was Friesen. Slap truck's not giving us any space whatsoever as he gets blocked off now. Off the exit of turn 2, Gustine finally gets loose enough off of the exit of 4 that I'm able to pass him.
Still there.
He was holding us up there for a couple laps as well.
You got room, you're clear there.
Back to a 1 second lead now. Tap the inside wall once again, nowhere near as bad as last time, but it does kind of shoot us up the racetrack on the exit. But again, we're going to keep it going. Slight contact with Greenfield. And the lead is almost, now it is about 2 seconds.
You're clear there.
Ran almost a 20 flat that time. Fastest lap of the race so far is a 19.673. And the fastest lap ever at Eldora that I've run in the truck series is a 19.640. So still got a little bit of room for improvement. At the same time though, the longer the run goes, the slower the lap times. Especially dealing with the lap traffic. Tyler Ankram's in 5th right now.
Careful.
Having a good run, but it's just a 2-truck race. At this point, slight contact there as
Clear all around.
Ankram is holding up a real fight to try and stay on the lead lap. And that could end up costing me a lot of time as we really cannot get around him. Driving in really deep here to get around him. We had a good battle for second earlier in the race. Finally able to slide ahead, but he's going to get back to the inside. Contact is made as he runs us up the racetrack. Tyler Ankram doing whatever he can to hold on to the lead lap in case of a caution. Now there's some contact as they were going 3 wide right behind us.
You got room, you're clear there.
We're stuck in a 3 wide heap in the lap traffic.
Clear high, bud.
Thought for a moment Friesen was going to be able to catch us a lot more than he did there, but we pretty much flatlined out. No time was gained or lost there. Here we are right now, a third of the way down in this one. We come off of turn 4. 50 laps down out of 150 already as we kind of slid up into Jordan Anderson. That's going to cost us some time. Biggest lead of the race on our behalf, though. It's a 3.5 second lead. In fact, I believe that is the biggest lead of the race by either of us two that have led in this one. We only had 2 different leaders in the Pocono race last week, or last race.
Careful, still there.
It was Matt Crafton who ended up winning the race and leading over 40 of the 60 laps of the race.
Alright, you're clear there.
And the pole sitter in that one of Harrison Burton ended up finishing second. We were the only 2 leaders. So far in this one, over a third of the way through the race, we've only had 2 leaders in this one as well, for a grand total of 4 lead changes. We have led at 2 different times in this one. A little bit of clean air in front of us now, at least for about a lap.
Careful, still there.
And run the top side here to get around Greenfield. Too much of a run on him to get to the inside there, but we ran the top line pretty good. And heck, we might move up here just because it is the faster line if you can run it. But at the same time, we're running the bottom pretty fine. If it gets too bad, we're just going to move down. That is the passing lane though, and we are going to have to get through these lap traffic. So I guess if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Bottom clear.
Only 4 trucks on the lead lap right now. You can see Ty Gilliland in the Ford truck there, who is in 4th.
Car on the outside now.
Just a few trucks ahead of us.
You're all clear up top there. You got room, you're clear.
And Austin Wayne Self in 3rd is only a second ahead of him. But they might put up some pretty big fights to try and stay on the lead lap. A couple of our Thor Motorsport teammates right there. Johnny Sutter in the 13 and the 98 of Grant Enfinger.
Alright, you're clear then. Outside.
A 5-second lead now on Stuart Friesen.
Alright, you're clear.
The more time that he ends up losing to me, the less of a chance seemingly he has of winning it.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Beneficiary though, again, we have over 90 laps left.
Still there?
I would imagine that Gilliland and Austin Wayne Self are going to put up a good fight to try and stay in the lead lap, especially being in the third and fourth positions. Because if the caution is to come out, they're right back in the thick of things on the restart. Gilliland stuck on the outside of the 8th place truck though. Matt Crafton, who's our teammate, who might be helping us out a little bit here. We'll see. Then again, Crafton might not want to go 2 laps down. Once you fall 2 laps down, very tough to come back from. You're going to get around Gilliland, and that will leave only 3 trucks on the lead lap. Crafton kind of got in the way, so Gilliland could not put up as big of a fight as we probably thought he was going to.
Inside, clear low, clear low.
Now the lead is up to 6 seconds.
Clear high, clear high. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Back to the in-truck cam once again. Look at all the dirt just flying around right in our face. It gets very, very tough to see. It was pretty dusty in the race live when I saw it earlier this season.
Stay low. You're all clear up top.
Here's Austin Wayne Self now just in front of us. You go to the front bumper cam now, as it's seemingly as if we're on the racetrack. Self caught up right behind Travis Clawful in the 50. Had to get on the brakes there. We haven't been using the brakes really at all. It might have been the first time we had to hit him in this one. Huge slide job though, as Self went around the top side to try and get around the lap truck. And now there are only 2 trucks on the lead lap in this one. And Stuart Friesen's 8.5 seconds off the lead. So he's a little under a half track behind. We haven't had to deal with as bad of lap traffic here in a little bit of time at least.
You got room, you're clear.
Gonna try to roll to the outside now. Quickly now with a crossover move to get underneath Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Alright, you're clear then.
Wasn't planning on doing a doubleheader today, but this race is flying by, and I know the Michigan races, I believe only 80 laps. Might be 100. I have to recheck on that. That has the makings to be a very short race as well.
Still there?
We'll have to see though.
Alright, you're clear then.
Turn right to go left.
Clear high, bud.
To drift it and pitch it sideways in the corners to really get it to stick. It used to be a lot more higher bank than what it has been the last couple of years. And a lot of it has to do so it can help the trucks run here. When it was a higher bank racetrack, everybody would pretty much stay along the top. Very tough to pass on the bottom. Definitely levels out the playing field here. But it does kind of hurt the speeds a little bit compared to what they were before. Not only in the truck series, but whenever there are sprint car races here as well. Definitely a very unique race here.
Still there. Alright, you're clear there.
Amazing how quick this race has gone by. We are almost halfway done. We'll be coming around to cross flags this time. This will signify that we are halfway home.
That's the halfway mark.
12-second lead after the first half of the race. We are caution free. Oh, got into the 17 of Tyler Ankrum. We've had a couple of run-ins with him today. Now into the inside wall. Ankrum has just been a tough truck to pass here throughout this one.
Road clear. Car outside.
Look at him fighting hard to stay alongside of us.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Trying something a little different here. See if we can run this full throttle, which I know we can if we pitch it right in the corners, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be faster.
Great job, driver. That's a fast
Yes, it is. Thought we might have had to settle the truck in getting out of the gas. I would have known this. I probably would have been running it like this the entire time.
Car high, careful.
Yeah, even in lap traffic, having our fastest time of the race, we are definitely running pretty good. In fact, that 19.587 lap time that we had 2 laps ago was the fastest lap ever recorded here at Eldora on NASCAR Heat 4.
Stay low.
In the truck series, that is.
Clear down low.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Outside.
Stuart Friesen now 15 seconds off the race lead. Largest lead he had in this race was about 3 seconds. Once he got into heavy enough lap traffic, though, we really started closing the gap until we passed him. Then he got back around us and led for about another 5 to 10 laps, and then we got around him again. And it's been so far so good since then.
You got room, you're clear there.
But the last 40 or 50 laps we have led here in this one.
You got room, you're clear. Hold your line.
Oh, look, contact now with the 45 truck of Ross Chastain.
Clear all around. Clear down low. Stay up at the bottom.
Oh, now into Jennifer Joe Cobb there. Brett Moffitt in 6th here. He's just ahead of us. So again, we had to finish 28th or better to clinch the regular season title 1 race early.
Got one peeking outside.
And, I mean, it would take a miracle for us not to finish 28th. As we have almost lapped the entire field so far. 65 laps to go. You can see the 52 truck and Stuart Friesen just a couple of trucks ahead of us now. He's fighting hard to stay on the lead lap. He does not want to fall a lap down. If the caution comes out and he is a lap down, he will get the free pass being the first truck 1 lap down and get his lap back. But the problem with that is he will have to restart at the rear of the field and have to drive through all the trucks to get to us. So,
Alright, you're clear.
I mean, we have shown some good speed, obviously, in this one.
Got one up top. Alright, you're clear.
Well, Friesen does have the short run speed, though, so if the caution comes out and he gets back around us on the restart, who's to say that he is going to win the race? We got to get him a lap down here as we take a 3 wide into turns 3 and 4, trying to slide up in front of him, and we're going to make the pass, but it is not over yet. He's right in our back bumper, and we have the 4th place truck of Austin himself just ahead of us. I'm sure he doesn't want to fall 2 laps down.
You got room, you're clear there.
He's caught behind the 33 of Josh Reunio.
Still there. Car outside. outside.
You cannot quite clear him though. 3 wide, very tight.
Still there.
Getting into that set of corners. He is cleared though.
You got room. You're clear there.
Now Ty Gilliland in third is about to go 2 laps down. What a dominant race. Probably one of the more dominant races so far this season. If not the most dominant. In any of the 3 series I've been racing on this season mode.
Careful. Still there. Hold your line. Got one outside.
Gilliland staying strong to the outside, but he's got a lap truck of Jordan Anderson in the way. And so he will now fall 2 laps down. Unbelievable. Oh, whoa, contact at the inside there.
Inside, road clear. You're all clear up top there.
Didn't mean to do that. Got me a little loose. I wasn't expecting to accidentally switch to the in-truck cam there. Almost 2/3 of the way done here.
All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear.
No trucks have DNF'd in this race yet either. .55 laps to go, and even though we went caution-free in the last race at Pocono, we still had 2 trucks that DNF'd. Might have had a chance to have at least a better finish. I don't think we were going to be able to catch him past Matt Crafton, who ended up winning the race regardless of the fact.
All right, you're clear there.
We did have to make an extra pit stop. Us and Tyler Dipple had an unscheduled pit stop throughout the race. And Dipple even finished 8th, I believe, so he had an even better day. A very dominant race here for this 99 truck team. Not only in this race, I guess, but pretty much all season, as it goes to show, is we're about to win, likely about to win the regular season title with a victory here at Eldora. And it will come 1 race early before the playoffs. So we still have the postseason at Michigan. We're already going to clinch on points for the regular season title, which means that we will get an additional 15 bonus points, 15 playoff points, entering the postseason on top of the playoff points we have for wins. Each win is worth 5 bonus points used towards the playoffs.
Careful, go there. Road clear.
We've got a lot of wins so far this season, the most out of any other truck in this series. In fact, no other driver on the season has won multiple races, but we have had...
Stay on the bottom here. Clear all around. Hold your line, got 1 inside.
7 different winners so far. Will we get that 8th different winner, though, at Michigan? It'll be tough to tell. Could happen though.
All right, you're clear.
Still have 48 laps to go.
All right, you're clear. Top 3, use it if you need it. Clear high, clear high.
Yeah, the 105 AI difficulty here. I had practiced for about 7 laps. It was pretty stable, but almost tight at times, so I loosened it up for qualifying. Ended up qualifying 9th in the 1 lap I had. I knew I could have done better, and obviously so. As you can see, we have dominated this race. First quarter of the race, though, was pretty much dominated by Stuart Friesen, and then suddenly things changed under green flag. He caught heavy lap traffic, could not get out of it. And here we are to, I guess, kind of save the day, in a sense.
Careful, still there.
With 45 laps to go, we have a 1 lap lead over second place, Stuart Friesen, who is just coming off of turn 4 now as we're entering turn 3. So there's even a chance that he can go 2 laps down, which would mean we pretty much got the race locked up.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
We would have to get 2 cautions. If he does fall 2 laps down, we will have to get 2 cautions just for him to get back on the lead lap.
All clear.
We have not even had a caution yet in this one.
All clear.
Seen a decent amount of contact at times, but not nearly as much as you would typically see, not just on a short track, but this dirt track in general. With these stock bodies here in the Truck Series, you usually see a lot of contact going on between drivers in this race in particular. Friesen again caught in a heavy bunch of traffic. Right in the middle of it. We are closing in a ton. Austin Wayne Self in 4th. He's just in front of us as well.
Still there.
Now to the inside of Friesen here, trying to put him 2 laps down. And seemingly put an end to this race early.
Alright, you're clear.
And at the line this time, just like that, Stuart Friesen is 2 laps down. With 39 laps to go.
All clear.
Austin Wayne Self in 4th. He might go 3 laps down here. Who knows? Oh, into the wall hard! And Friesen's going to get one of his laps back as we have heavy damage on the front of the front nose of his truck. How will that hold up? Luckily, we have a big enough lead. So all of a sudden, just took the corner way too deep.
You got room. You're clear.
Austin Wayne Self is now 3 laps down. We're still keeping pace.
Hold your line. You got 1 inside.
We just don't seem to have anywhere close to the straightaway speed we did, but on a short track here, a lot of turning.
Still there.
Oh man, this is treacherous here. 36 laps to go in this one, and it's getting very, very racy.
You got room. You're clear there.
Again to the inside of Friesen, trying a slide job here. Put him back 2 laps down. And trying to put Austin Wayne Self back 3 laps down once again.
Top 3, use it if you need it. Car on the outside.
Austin Wayne Self will go 3 laps down again here. So it does seem like the front nose and the front bumper is holding on. We have a 2 lap lead over second place. Another couple seconds beyond that as well.
Alright, you're clear there.
It's going to be the most dominating race this year. Not just for me, but for anybody in any of these races all season. I would have said Matt Craft and maybe no, but 16 laps of the race at Pocono in the last race would have been it, and winning by about 40 seconds, but I mean a 2 lap lead. If you were to go seconds wise, we probably had close to a 45-second lead. You can see the damage on the front bumper after hitting that wall. I had tagged it a couple times, but that was definitely a hard hit. It's kind of tightened the truck here a little bit in the process.
Car high, careful. You're all clear up top.
30 laps to go.
All right, you're clear there. Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear there.
Lap time's definitely slowing down here. We haven't ran a 19-second lap.
On the outside.
Or ran a lap in the 19-second time frame
You're clear there.
since hitting that wall hard about 10 laps ago or so. Countdown is on to 28 to go now, though.
You're clear. Both clear.
Everybody from third on back is 3 laps down. Stuart Friesen 2 laps down. Did not see this coming, especially out of the start of the race, seeing Friesen kind of almost cakewalking it, or at least had a pretty steady lead over me for at least the first 20 to 30 laps of the race. Truck is just not handled the same since that time in the race. My truck's only gotten faster. It was a 19.810 that time. The truck is still fast despite having a decent amount of front bumper damage. I guess it's not really enough to not only slow me down, but it hasn't really messed the handling up too bad. It's gotten a little tighter, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
You got room. You're clear.
Oh, geez. Into the wall again.
Stay high. You got room. You're clear there.
Really easy to get complacent, especially in a race like this where you have such a huge lead, but you got to keep focused 100% of the time, even though I have the controller in this race and not the steering wheel, but
Still there.
still not that easy.
Top 3, use it if you need it. Got one peeking outside. You got room. You're clear. Car on the outside now. You got room. You're clear there.
Don't want to say 100% for sure though right now, but I can say that there is a very, very good chance. And we are going to go caution-free in this one, and that would make 2 races in a row going caution-free. So after having my first caution-free race really on a NASCAR game ever, in the last race at Pocono, we might have that happen 2 times in a row here in the Truck Series. What are the odds of that? I know it's the Truck Series and there's not as many, really, for the most part, only half or maybe even less than half of the amount of laps that would be in a Cup race, but
Outside. You're all clear up top.
I mean, it's just incredible.
You got room. You're clear.
Quickest race of the season so far is 53 minutes in that race at Pocono, so
Stay up at the bottom.
this has the possibility of being even quicker than that, especially if it goes caution-free to the end and we don't get slowed up at all here. We're on the top side here in 3 and 4. A little bit different of a line there, shooting quickly to the bottom. pause it for a quick second there.
Stay high, stay high.
A little bit of audio
Bottom's clear.
problems.
All clear.
We're all good though.
Car outside, hold your line.
Gotta say, what a race. Austin Wayne's self about to go 4 laps down now. And he is in 4th. 15 laps to go.
You're all clear up top.
Even with the front bumper damage, really not slowing the car down that much. It's amazing.
Car high, careful. You got room, you're clear. You got room, you're clear. All clear. You got room, you're clear there. Careful, still there. Alright, clear outside.
Small possibility, but there is still a possibility that if we stay green, here with 13 laps to go, that we could put the field 3 laps down. We can get to skip freezing. Freezing's about a quarter of a track ahead of us, so he's still about 5 seconds ahead of us and putting him 3 laps down.
Alright, clear outside. You got room, you're clear there.
Gotta say, I definitely hit right on the setup, especially for a longer run here. If we would have had a wreck fest in a caution-filled race, I don't know if I could say the same. We were probably going to end up finishing second. So with the heat in the tires that we've got right now in the super long green flag run, again, we have not had a caution the entire way. 10 laps to go, so we are 140 laps in. The Pocono race was only 60 laps. This is 150. 90 more laps than the last race. We still might go caution-free in both of them. That just can't be said about it.
Alright, you're clear there.
And then slowly catch up to freezing. Just don't think we're going to get to
here.
it.
You're all clear up top there.
Only a few minutes away from the checkered flag. Probably less than a few minutes away. Quite unbelievable.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Not going to have a double header in this one. It's not going to have enough time today.
Stay up at the bottom here.
6 laps to go now.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Very fast cornering speed there in 3 and 4. That was a really good line.
5 laps to go. Load clear.
3 wide here with Todd Gillen.
Car high, careful. Top 3, use it if you need it. Alright, clear outside.
Four laps to go.
You got room, you're clear.
There's Stuart Friesen.
Outside, outside.
There's 2 trucks ahead of us now. Trying to keep pace. 3 laps to go. And Friesen very dangerously close to going 3 laps down.
Careful.
And he will.
Right, you're clear.
Unbelievable.
Car there on the outside. 2 to go, driver.
Friesen now 3 laps down, 2 laps to go, and
You're all clear on the bottom.
hit the brakes on the entrance of turn 1 that time. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hold that line diving that soon into turn 1, but we did.
You got room. You're clear.
Coming off of turn 4 now in the air. White flag waving. 1 lap to go here at Eldora in the Dirt Derby. A 3-lap lead over Stuart Friesen now. And a 4-lap lead over 3rd place Todd Gillen. Into turns 3 and 4 in the bottom of the racetrack for the final time today. Checkered flag in the air as Ben Rhodes will win at Eldora.
Flag. It's yours.
In dominating fashion. Little burnout going here, not going to create as much tire wear here on this burnout with racing on dirt, but we will still blow the engine. "50-minute race from start to finish." That is going to set our season record. The shortest races here in the Truck Series by 3 minutes of the Pocono race. And we have just clinched the regular season title with our 8th win of the season. 40 playoff points now. It'll be 55 once the regular season concludes, and we do get those 15 playoff points, which we will. We just clinched the regular season title here today. Stuart Friesen had the fastest lap of the race. He led 126 out of 150 laps, and Brett Moffitt finished dead last after starting 10th. The other way around. He started dead last at the rear of the field, finished 10th, even though he was a handful of laps down. That is going to be it here for this one at Eldora. I'll see you guys in the next video.